Sup guys, it's Tony Online. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. First, I want to give a little shout out to my clothing line that's in the making. This is a little test shirt, you hear me? I'm gonna make another video with another test shirt that I made. And eventually I'm gonna relaunch my clothing brand so it'll be buyable. So I noticed that y'all like when I talk about the spooky industry stuff. So before I get started in this video, I just want to say that this video is for entertainment purposes only. YouTube, don't demonetize me, but people deserve to know the truth. So of course, this is going to be a story time. This is going to be a story time why I personally, I don't know if you guys have heard or if you guys know, but basically the industry is being exposed, but there was a sliver of information. I think there's a sliver of information that people are kind of overlooking because they haven't directly experienced it or they don't have any proof. I've been around, I party a lot, network a lot. I've met so many types of people, especially in the industry, before they got famous, during their transition, and them being famous. So I want to make this video about why it's not hard for me to believe that people in the industry are occultists, are in a cult, basically worship the devil. And this is speaking from personal experience, not rumor or speculation. And I'm the kind of person, it's not hard for me to put two and two together. And I'm not the kind of person, seeing isn't believing for me. You show me who you are the first time, you show me something the first time, I don't need to believe it. You know what I mean? Type shit. So me, I grew up in the Odd Future era. If you know, you know. Odd Future wasn't the most Christian rap group, I can for sure say. And in the beginning, the whole devil worshiping, upside down crosses, 666, da 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 trend, it was just that. It was trendy, it was, whatever. But I feel people kind of took it too far, if you know what I mean. They didn't just leave it as a trend, they kind of made it their lifestyle. And I think the people who continue to believe or practice that type of stuff, I know that they're deeply embedded in the industry. And if there's speculations that this person is in a cult or a secret society, or they're in the I word, it's not hard for me to believe because of just knowing people, networking with people, knowing what they're really into. And yeah, I'm just gonna get into the story time. Why this story time right here is the reason why it's not hard for me to believe that people in the industry worship the devil, they're in cults. I've always known about that type of stuff, but it's one thing to know something, and then there's one thing to directly experience it and see for your own, 3 eyes type shit. I don't know why I really want to wear my hair like this. It reminds me of King Sosa, the picture of him in the Pele Pele type shit. I might wear my hair like this in the next video. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. So this was the same year that I personally experienced people who really practice voodoo, people who really are into devil worshiping, secret societies, because at that time I lived in New Orleans, and like I thought it was rumors, like, you know, people worshiping, you know, whatever, and practicing voodoo, trying to initiate me into a fraternity. And I just thought it was just really weird, like the whole, like how secretive it was and how like undercover. It was just really weird. Like it just didn't give me a good feeling. And then to find out that like some people in this fraternity like practice voodoo, it just gave me a really like it, a red flag basically. Like no disrespect to people who like are into like voodoo and like witchcraft. Like I know people who practice witchcraft. I know witches personally. No disrespect to y'all, but personally, like I don't funk with that. Not in real life. Not when people are being unalive. Like, go back to my Dillard University video just to, you know, catch up. But anyways, this was the same year I left New Orleans because I found out that people really like worship the devil. People are really like in secret societies, fraternities, and people really practice voodoo. Like that was a huge red flag. So boom. One night I got invited through someone else, like basically these like producers, I guess they were producers, they were in the industry. They invited my friends to Gucci Mane's studio, like his mansion slash studio, and they told them to invite me. So I went to, I guess like somehow they were able to get Gucci Mane's studio, like studio mansion to themselves. So it was kind of like a private party. And like, it was just me and like, it was like 4 other people. Gucci Mane's studio slash house is like huge. Like it's huge, and it has like this huge like walkway. Well, back then it had like this huge walkway where you could see, like, you could look down, you can see the fireplace. He had like guitars and paintings. It was just a really dope house. And his studio was kind of like, you know, like it had like like an Eye of Horus, like I guess like the private, like where you record. The glass door had like a huge like Eye of Horus over it. And so like the situation was cool. Like we were just vibing, people were recording music, just networking, getting to know each other. Again, this was the same year, like I kind of was like side-eyeing society, like what's really going on in the world. So, this is the night I linked up with a devil worshiper now. So, the night ends. It was actually a really chill night, and like I needed somewhere to like go because I wasn't trying to go home. So I linked up with someone that knew my homegirl, that knew a lot of my homegirls, and was kind of like tapped in with like, you know, the scene and shit. So I don't know if I reached out to him or he reached out to me, but Brody basically was like, oh, like, you know, link up type shit. I'm like, no problem. And you know, this is how I know people like really are in cults. People really worship the devil. People really are into like secret societies. Like, and like how I look at it, like what you see always isn't what you get, basically. So the people that you think are just like these holy saints, they're not. So I linked up with this guy, and he knew my homegirl. My homegirl, high-key's in the industry. Like, she did like music video, a lot of music videos. She knows a lot of rappers, but she's also a witch. So like, you see where I'm going with this? Like, a lot of people who are into the occult are also in the industry. And for a while, it was like an open secret, and I'm kind of happy that things are now being exposed. But like for the longest part of my life, that was just the reality of my life. Like being around these type of influences, these type of people. Like who the fuck was I gonna tell? Like who like it is what it is. What are you gonna say? Like, oh, just stop being friends with them. No, I'm a networker. I have a career. I'm not a judgmental person. So yeah, like, so boom, things got weird. Okay, so boom, bro invited me over. So we go into his room and I see this big instrument, a big sharp instrument. I'm like, okay. And then like on his dresser is like a huge. So I'm like, okay, like this isn't I've been in the trap before, so this isn't anything, surprising. So as we're just chopping it up, networking, smoking a blunt, I see that like he's dropping hints that he knows my homegirl because of just like, he was like talking in code. And like, it was just like, he wanted me to bring her up, but I just didn't. I have a strong gut instinct, and my gut instinct a lot of the times tells me sometimes just don't say anything, just shut up. And I listen to that. So when my gut instinct is telling me to shut up and don't say nothing, I usually do that. So as he's like describing, I can tell he's talking about my homegirl, but I'm not finna just say her name or bring, like, you know what I mean? I'm just like going along with it. He was like, yeah, like, I heard you know this girl, like she's a witch. I'm like, oh, did you? Did you? And so, to make like a long story short, he just got like super dark. And then next thing you know, like, mind you, I'm looking at the sharp instrument, looking at on the dresser. So I'm kind of already like on edge. Like, where is this going? So he's like, yeah, like, you seem like perfect for what I want. Like, I want to sell my soul to the devil. That's what he said. He said, I want to sell my soul to the devil. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, are you serious? Like, in my head, I'm like, people really like, and the way he said it, it wasn't like an option. Like, it wasn't like, it was kind of like, you gonna do this, or looks at the sharp object in a, so I'm like going along with it. These like crazy situations, my gut instinct, whenever I'm in like crazy situations, my gut instinct always tells me to like never panic and just go along with it like it's normal. Because I feel like if you get to tweaking or like acting like something is really wrong, then it's gonna go left. So I'm just going along with it. I'm looking at the objects across from me. And so bro actually gets the sharp object and writes out like a letter to the devil, like how he wants to sell his soul. This is a true story. I'm not even kidding. He wrote a letter how he wants to sell his soul to the devil. And so he gets the object and hands it to me. And bro like makes me dig this object in his finger. Like, imagine. Makes me do that and like pours his, like outlines his name and on the letter, like signs it with his, you know what I mean? And at that point, I was already like creeped out, like completely creeped out, like just trying to think how I'm gonna get out of the situation. And I'm gonna just, to make a long story time short, that was the longest night I ever hung out with someone, because the entire time I'm ghouled, freaked out, and trying to find an exit in the situation. And I say this to say, there are a lot of people like that in this world who take it farther than just that, if you know what I mean. So like, I can only say so much and find only but so many words because YouTube loves to demonetize me and like block my content. So I'm gonna just say that, mark my words, like a lot of people in the future, like in the industry, in the music industry, movie industry, entertainment industry, mark my words, they're gonna be exposed. Like the rituals, the stuff they do, the stuff they practice, they're gonna be exposed for that. And a lot of y'all are gonna be looking at y'all favorite artist or rapper. I'm gonna just say prepare yourself. If you like this story time, don't forget to like and subscribe. More story times on the way, more videos on the way. I have so much more exclusive content on the way. I can't wait to, launch my new brand, my new clothing line, y'all. Yeah, tap in.